Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another live show and welcome to all the latest Chelsea transfer news on this Sunday afternoon. Big up to everyone that's already locked in. Make sure you're smashing the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all that good stuff. And as always, get involved in the chat, guys. And we have got a packed show. I know I said yesterday, you don't really get much transfer news on the weekend. As soon as we rounded the show out, bang, Jamie Gittens news. As soon as wake up this morning, 7 a.m., bang, Maignan news. And we have got loads to cover. The latest on the pursuit of Maignan, with Chelsea's bid said to have been rejected, and the club aren't prepared to pay more than 12.6 million for the France international. We have got the latest on the pursuit of Jamie Gittens. An opening bid of around £30 million has been rejected. Some reports in Germany saying Dortmund want as much as 50 to 60 million euros as well. Chelsea want both deals concluded by Tuesday so they can feature in the Club World Cup, but we will have to wait and see what happens there, plus all the latest in regards to everything else as well. But the main news, guys, Maignan and Gittens. But before we dive into it, people, just a quick reminder, check out Jerseys FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. And yeah, make sure you're looking good, guys. Affordable prices, great quality. Names, numbers, patches, whatever you want on the back. Make sure you're looking fresh in the new Chelsea home kit for the new season. 20% off using code BLUEBROTHER. Link is in the description. Now, that is enough of that. Let's get this show on the road. Let's say hello to a few of you people. What are we saying here? Bid rejected as per Damarcio. Yep. I think he goes somewhere else after the pre-window. Let's wait and see. A lot of PR this window. People are forgetting the model. Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it. Right, what else is being said here? Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well, Luke. Get Mike Maignan and Gittens deals done. Well, yeah. I mean, absolutely. We'd love that to be the case. Yes, big up. If you're coming in from Ziad's show, appreciate you. Big up to my guy Ziad. I'll be jumping on his channel very soon. We just need to sort it out. But yeah, big love if you've come over from Ziad's channel. Big love. No way are we paying over 45 million for Gittens. No, I agree with you, bro. I agree. Yes, big up. Ziad Raid, yes, love for the raid. I respect the owners for this. As much as I've been critical of them, we've been screwed over in a lot of deals. We have been screwed over in a lot of deals. We have, absolutely, and I agree on that. And I agree on that. But at the same time, I also think there's certain deals to sort of penny pinch on and play hardball with, and this one isn't one of them. But we're going to dive into it. We're getting Mike tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of mixed reports. Yes, big up. I hope so, bro. I hope so. But anyway, let's start with the Maignan stuff. Let's start with the Mike Maignan stuff, because obviously we covered it yesterday. Apparently a bid would have been rejected. And then we had first thing this morning, 7 a.m. UK time. I get up and I check my phone. Bang, Mike Maignan news. So Chelsea have submitted a bid for Mike Maignan worth 15 million euros, so about 12.6 million pounds. Final decision up to AC Milan. So this suggests, chat, that this is our offer. Take it or leave it. We're not putting an improved offer in. That's what that would suggest. Chelsea wants to get the final answer on the Maignan negotiations by the end of the Club World Cup window on Tuesday. So the bid has gone in, 12.6 million. Apparently, I mean, some reports in Italy are saying it could be worth up to 18 million euros, so maybe 3 million pounds in add-ons. But again, that's coming from Italy, not coming from Fabrizio or anyone like that. So we had that news there. The bid had gone in. We know that bid's going to be rejected because it's nowhere near AC Milan's valuation. We knew that bid was going to be rejected. So what Chelsea are essentially relying on is the fact that Maignan wants out and Milan won't want to lose him on a free. That's what we're hoping can get the price down a little bit, is the fact that Maignan wants to leave and he wants out. But at the moment, it seems like Milan are they're holding firm. They're standing on business. They are not accepting less than 20 million pounds. They're not accepting less than 30 million euros. And the saga goes on. The saga goes on. So that was that news there. And then again, in Italy, we're getting news from Damarcio Now, Di Marzio, again, this is going to be what's coming out from the Milan side. This is going to be what's coming out from the Milan side. This is the Italian version of things. AC Milan have rejected Chelsea's £12.6 million bid for Maignan. Milan want 20 million. Now, there's a lot of other outlets in Italy's Gazzetta as well, saying that the deal's virtually done. It could well be agreed tomorrow and could be announced tomorrow. It's going to be done for 18 million euros. So you're getting Di Marzio saying one thing, Gazzetta Italia saying another thing. What is clear is that I think this bid has obviously been rejected. Now, whether we go back with an improved offer, whether Milan suddenly turn around and accept it, I don't know. But we are in a situation where, I don't know, I'm at the point now where I'm thinking, I'm not sure if this is going to happen now. Yesterday I felt, yeah, I think we might be able to do it. Today I'm thinking, we could miss out here. We could miss out here. And so you've had that, and then obviously you get the news from Sky, from Sky Carve, who again is actually been pretty good on Chelsea stuff, to be fair. Chelsea have let it be known they are prepared to pay AC Milan a maximum of 12.6 million for Maignan. They will not pay more for a player who will be, for a player who will be 30 next month and has 1 year left on his contract. Now, don't get me wrong. I absolutely agree with people who say that we shouldn't be paying for players and we shouldn't be held to ransom by clubs over players. Now, I would agree with that sentiment if we were going for, if Maignan was just going to come in and be a squad player. I'd be like, you know what? Forget it. Absolutely forget it. You know, for a squad player, no chance. But this is not a squad player we're talking about here. We're haggling over essentially a few £1 million over someone who's going to come in and be our number one goalkeeper. This is what I don't understand, because £20 million, in my view, is not an insane ask at all for a keeper of Maignan's quality. You know, we're not lowballing here for an unwanted squad player at Milan, you know, which is what Italian clubs do for us with like Pulisic, with Giroud. They lowballed us and they didn't pay very much because they were taking unwanted players from our squad. Maignan is not an unwanted player at Milan. He's their number one and he's the club captain. And we're trying to lowball for someone who's going to come in and be a first choice player. For a squad player, I'd understand it. But for a first teamer, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't, chap. I really don't understand it. Bro, he blunders against Spain. There was one goal out of the 5 where he probably should have done a little bit better. But are we really at the point now where people are judging players on one game? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Elise was poor in that game. Is he shit now as well? Like, honestly, I'm not sure why we're doing this. Yeah, Di Marzio is pretty reliable on Serie A stuff. He is pretty reliable on Serie A stuff. But so you've got that. Obviously, we're not going to pay more than that. In my opinion, chat, I just don't get it though, because £20 million, and I'm sorry, call me ridiculous, say that I'm chatting shit or whatever, but I just don't see in any world that being an insane ask. The only reason I feel we won't pay that is the age. Forget the 1 year left on the contract. If Maignan was 25, 26, and the contractual situation was the same, this deal would have been done. This still would have been done if he was 25 or 26. I don't think it's got anything to do with the fact that he's got a year left on his contract. It's got, in my opinion, it's got everything to do with his age. Absolutely everything to do with his age. And the year left on the contract, I don't think that really makes a difference. 20 million in today's market for someone who's going to come in. Sanchez is now 27. So when we signed him, I think he was 25. So, yeah, and exactly. 30, you can get 3 or 4 years out of a goalkeeper still. Maybe even more. Maybe even more, chap. So, I don't know. I don't know why we're doing it, but the transfer policy doesn't make sense. You know, you happily slap down 40, 50 million pounds on some teenagers. No, I know they're negotiating, but all I'm saying is that for me, the £20 million is not a big deal. It's not a lot of money to spend. You are not being ripped off, and you are not overpaying if you pay £20 million to Maignan. I understand you negotiate and you try and get the best price possible, but what I'm saying is that it's not like Milan are asking for 50 or 60 million pounds. They're asking for 20 million. We wouldn't think twice about spending 20 million on a 16-year-old who'll never kick a ball for us. But as soon as it comes to paying for someone who makes an instant difference to us, it's like we're penny pinching over a deal for 20 million. I don't understand it. I don't get it. You know, I don't think 20 million is a big deal for a 30-year-old. It's really not. If we were signing a 30-year-old outfield player, are we saying that 20 million is a big deal? 20 million is not a big deal. We paid 30 million pounds for Dewsbury Hall, and yet we're questioning whether we should pay 30 million for Mike Maignan. That's what I don't get. You know, we're penny pinching on a crucial position here. I absolutely don't want Chelsea to be held to ransom. I absolutely don't want Chelsea to overpay for players, you know, because we've done that in the past and clubs will try and take advantage. I absolutely get that. But this is a deal where we shouldn't be penny pinching. We shouldn't, you know, we shouldn't be penny pinching on a deal like this. We should just get the 20 million done. Even if you do it, the bulk of it in add-ons, even if it's 15 plus 5, just make it up to 20 million, 5 mil easy add-ons, or 3 easy, 2 more difficult, or whatever, and just do it. I don't get it, but there's been more from Ben Jacobs as well on this Maignan thing. Chelsea have made their €15 million valuation of Mike Maignan clear. The Milan goalkeeper is keen on the move. Nothing is agreed yet between clubs. It's a deal Chelsea are prepared to do in time for the Club World Cup, but Milan's asking price would need to drop to make it happen. So really, what we're looking at now here, because at the end of the day, if he's on a free, there'll be way more clubs involved, and he probably wouldn't pick to join us on a free. He probably wouldn't choose to join us on a free. He could go anywhere he wants on a free, and we wouldn't. I don't think we'd be in the conversation. Like, you don't even need to do. It just needs to be a £20 million total package, 15 and 5. Like, why drag this out when ultimately we probably will end up paying the 20 million in one way or another. He wants to join the club. It's just missing the club to club agreement. Yeah, 15 million plus add-ons. It's just a no-brainer. It's just an absolute no-brainer. No, it's not. It isn't at all. It just seems it's just not. I just don't see the sense in penny pinching over a deal in a crucial position when the deal is in no way, shape, or form overpriced at all. This is their captain and their number one goalkeeper. We're not going for a squad player, in which case I'd fully understand it. You're going for the captain and their number one. Like, that's totally different. That's totally different, you know? And I would never say just pay the money for any deal. I wouldn't say that. But when it's a deal that is this cheap anyway, it makes sense. Because you don't want to run the risk of allowing any clubs to come in. So Chelsea have made their stance very clear. This is the stance. We are not paying more than 15 million euros. For a deal to happen, Milan need to drop their asking price. That's that. They need to drop their asking price. No, I do have supporting arguments in terms of the fact that this is a goalkeeper that makes a huge difference to our team, right? And is it really worth missing out on Maignan because we don't want to pay £4 or £5 million more? Is that worth walking away from Maignan because we don't want to pay 5 million? That's the point that I'm making. It's not worth missing out on a player of this quality who's going to come in and be our number one goalkeeper for the sake of £5 million. That's why I don't get it. It's not worth it, in my view. It's not worth it. No, I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's terrible, but when you're this close to signing Mike Maignan, it is a bit of a disappointment when you end up with Petrovic instead. There's also, by the way, if we miss out on the Maignan deal, and that's a big if right now because it could still happen, but if we miss out on Maignan, then why does everyone presume that Petrovic is going to be number one? Why does everyone presume that he's not going to be sold? Because people are just presuming that's going to be the case. People are just presuming that's going to be the case. And look, Petrovic had a brilliant season at Strasbourg, but let's make no mistake about it, guys. Maignan is a better goalkeeper than Petrovic. I haven't got an issue if Petrovic is number one next season. However, when you are presented with an opportunity like this in the market to get someone who is significantly better than what we've got so far, then you would be idiots not to take it. You would be idiots not to take it. You would be idiots not to take it. But then, so we got this right. So the English media are saying sort of one thing. Noticed as well, by the way, I think he's got offers on the table from Saudi. I wouldn't even be surprised if he went to Saudi. You know, I wouldn't even be surprised if Man went to Saudi to secure the bag. And fair play to him. Fair play to him. If he goes Saudi to secure the bag, respect my brother. But yeah, I don't know, because you got the British media saying one thing, you got Damasio saying another thing, but then you've got Gazzetta Italia, which I think is probably the biggest outlet in Italy, saying that, excuse me, this is Matteo Moretto. Maignan has said yes to Chelsea. Chelsea have bid 15 mil. Magnan's contract won't be renewed. It remains to be seen if Milan will accept the bid in the next 1 to 2 days. Because for the last 4 to 5 days, they were asking for 25 mil plus bonuses. But they know that they might lose him for free next season. So it basically comes down. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying he will, by the way. I'm not saying he will go to Saudi, but you know, that leaves a door open for a move to Saudi Arabia. But what I would say though is that it's funny how David Ornstein has literally not said one single thing about this Maignan deal. One single thing about it. Yeah, he said no to Saudi, but if we don't do a deal, he could change his mind about going to Saudi if we fail to agree a deal. That's the point that I'm making here. He could change his mind about Saudi if we fail to agree a deal. You know, Petrovic was very good and he topped a lot of the metrics in Europe's top 5 leagues as a goalkeeper. I haven't got an issue with Petrovic being in goal next season. But I'd be fuming if, because we don't want to pay £5 million more, I'll be fuming if we don't do this deal. Because it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid to be refusing to pay 5 million more. You can just use that 5 million from the Kepa sale and add it to the Maignan deal. Why not? Why not? And look, I get it to a degree. You might get a better value. You might get a better value one. You might get a better value deal after that Club World Cup initial window is closed. Because I think there's absolutely what can be described as a Club World Cup tax. There's definitely a Club World Cup tax. Clubs are trying to take advantage of the fact that teams are desperate to get players in for this window to play in the Club World Cup. So therefore, they're trying to take advantage of that desperation by squeezing a few more mil out. I think there's probably going to be a lot better value in the market in end of this month going into July. I think there'll be much better value in the market then. But because the Club World Cup is forming the bulk of the pre-season, teams want their players in and teams want their signings through the door. This is the issue here. So clubs are absolutely taking advantage. Clubs are absolutely taking advantage of the fact that teams want players in for the Club World Cup. No, but we're not getting our pants pulled every time. This is one deal, and this is a unique situation. We're not going to go and pay 84 million for Ekitike. We're not going to go and pay over 40 million for Jamie Gittens. You know, if we do this deal for the 20 mil that Milan want, that doesn't mean we're going to have our pants pulled down for every deal. And that does not mean that we're going to pay the money every time that every club wants. We're not going to. That's not what's going to happen. Well, exactly. Absolutely. At the end of the day, look, if Milan want to lose Maignan for free, that's fine. No problem. That's their choice. But I just don't think, for the sake of £4 to £5 million, it's worth sacrificing this deal. I just don't think it is. I just don't think it's worth potentially blowing this deal for the sake of £5 million. But Petrovic is going to come back. And oh fucking, I'm going to sneeze now. No, we're good. We're good. I was getting mugged off there. Yeah, look, Petrovic will come back. I think Petrovic will play in the Club World Cup. But the thing is, though, this deal has an impact on what keepers probably go to the Club World Cup. It has an impact. It has an impact because if Maignan comes in, then I don't know if is Maignan, Petrovic, Sanchez, and Penders all going to the Club World Cup. I don't think all four keepers are going to go to the Club World Cup. If Maignan comes, unfortunately, I'm not sure Petrovic will even go to the Club World Cup, chat. I'm not sure he'll even go. And look, Petrovic shouldn't be a number 2 at Chelsea. He's good enough to be a number 1. He's proven he can be a number 1. And he can go and be a number 1 somewhere at a team in Europe's top 5 leagues. I mean, look, I don't know if Petrovic has got a move agreed elsewhere. If we miss out on Maignan, I don't think we've got any other goalkeepers in the pipeline. I think we're looking at this as very much an opportunistic move. And if we don't get one, we'll just stick with what we've got. That's the way that I see this. And I think ultimately, as I said in the video that I've done earlier this morning, I think we're in a situation, chat, where Chelsea view Mike Penders as the long-term number 1, but he probably needs another 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years of development. And they want someone to come in to bridge that gap until Penders is ready. Maignan would do that for 3 to 4 years until Penders is potentially ready. He would absolutely do that. He would absolutely do that. Maresca's approved the signing. Maresca wants him. And it's now up to us to get the deal done. But if we, and this is a big if, but if we don't do this deal and I see us paying like 25, 30 million for some random teenager who we know full well is never kicking a ball for us, I am going to be fucking fuming because it's just next level bullshit from us if that does happen. It really is. But that's what I think the plan is, chap. That they see Penders as the long-term number 1, and they want an experienced head to come in to bridge that gap until Penders is ready. That's where we're at, chat. That is where we're at with this Maignan stuff. And we're going to get, one way or another, we're going to get an answer. One way or another, we will get an answer. In the next, it could even be today, but certainly I suspect tomorrow, Monday, there's going to be one way or another, there'll be an answer. What are you? Of course, I want to win trophies. That's what it's about. That's the only thing that matters. is winning trophies. And signing Maignan will make a big difference. The deal is done. Well, if the deal's done, bro, please tell me where you've seen that the deal is done. I want to get this Maignan deal. That's if I don't want to win trophies, I'm just saying, forget it. Don't bother doing this Maignan deal. I want this Maignan deal done. That's why I'm constantly banging on about the fact we just need to pay the money and get it done, because £20 million is not an overpayment. It's not an overpayment. Oh, bro, why are we doing this? Why do people look at a player had one match and they're suddenly saying, oh, he's shit because of one match? Thing is, Italian, I wouldn't say Italian sources are shit, but it's interesting how there's a complete difference between what's being reported in Italy and what's being reported in the UK. In Italy, other than Di Marzio saying it's rejected, other Italian sources are saying the deal's agreed and it could be announced tomorrow. So what is it? Bro, 2 years ago when we were linked with Maignan, Milan wanted, I think, 60 or 70 million euros for him. And he was one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the world. Yes, he's had a bit of a down season this season. Look, he's not been as good this season. It depends what it is, you know. With a lot of the Osimhen stuff last summer, they were pretty good. They were pretty good with a lot of the Osimhen stuff last summer. But again, the Italian stuff is really going to be what Milan want. I don't know why that alarm's gone off. That was a reminder to go live. I don't know what that was. No, I've seen Gazzetta. The Gazzetta are saying it's done, but at this point, I think people are just taking stabs in the dark, and they don't really know what's going on, chat. At this point, they're just taking stabs in the dark, and no one really knows where we're at. I think what we can safely say, chat, is the bid's been rejected, and Chelsea don't want to pay more than 15 million euros. Other than that, anything else is really guesswork. I'm saying, chat. Really, it's anything else is guesswork. By the way, people, keep smashing the likes. We're 367 in the building, only 109 likes. Run those likes up. Smash the like. Let's get this to 200. Get this to 200 likes. And keep subscribing if you're new around here as well. We're 35 subs away from 16.7. Let's try and get to that. Let's get to that today. So make sure you smash it. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. Run it up, chat. Only Fab and Matteo Moretto knows. Look, I would listen to Matteo Moretto, Fabrizio, and Ben Jacobs, by the way, has been outstanding on Chelsea stuff this window. He's been exceptional. He has been absolutely exceptional, chat. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Yeah. Right. This is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I've been exposed. I've been exposed. I don't want us to sign a top quality goalkeeper. I don't want us to win trophies, chat. Fuck, the mask has slipped and I've been exposed as a massive fraud. Oh, shit. I've been exposed, chat. I've been exposed. I don't want Chelsea to win trophies because Mike Maignan conceded 5 goals in a game, of which 4 of them he could do nothing about. But let's run agendas. Let's run agendas. Because I want a top-class goalkeeper, I don't want to win trophies. How is that? How is the math in there? I want us to improve our goalkeeper, but I don't want to win trophies, and this guy's shit because he conceded 5 goals. So every goalkeeper that's conceded 5 goals is shit. Is Thibaut Courtois shit because he's conceded 5 goals multiple times this season and throughout his career? Must be shit. Donnarumma conceded 3 or 4 goals the other day, whatever it was for Italy the other night. He must be shit. We can't have Donnarumma chat. If you want Donnarumma chat, you don't want to win trophies. Anyone that wants Bastoni conceded 5 goals in the Champions League final. He's shit. You don't want to win trophies if you want Bastoni. You know, that's what we're doing. Bro, I know we're getting Gittens. A Gittens deal will happen. Yes, big up to Craig. Big up, brother. Yeah, Doué, Mbappe, and Elise all shit because they had poor games against Spain. All of them are shit. Mental. Absolutely mental, that. Yeah, he's terrible. Yeah, they did. Villa put 7 past Alisson. Van Dijk must be shit as well. Yeah, terrible. And I think Thiago Silva played in that game, didn't he? Yeah, he's shit as well. Anyway, what are people saying? Has there been another rejected bid? Who's reported a rejected bid? Anyway. Yeah, a lot of the Italian press are saying he's gone. I think ultimately we don't really know. But the point is, I'm kind of taking a piss. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. But yeah, I just think that is a bit of a nonsense thing to say, accusing someone of not wanting to win trophies because they want to sign Mike Maignan. I mean, Monkey Gamer, do you not want Maignan then? Do you think Magnan's going to make Chelsea worse? Please tell me. If you're still in the chat, please let me know, the Monkey Gaming. Do you think if Chelsea sign Maignan, it's making the team worse? I'd like to know. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, that's where we are, chat. That is where we're at with Maignan. Mixed reporting, but I think the one thing that we can say 3 things for certain. There'll be a resolution to this in the next 24 to 48 hours. Chelsea's €15 million bid has been rejected, and the club are not prepared to pay more than €15 million. Anything else right now is a bit of a stab in the dark and guesswork at this point. So let's wait and see. I'm still hopeful that a deal will be agreed. I am still hopeful, chat, that we can agree a deal. But we will have to wait and see here. We will have to wait and see. If we get Maignan, I think that means Petrovic will be sold. And I also think that Sanchez will be sold as well. So Maignan comes in, I think, is the boys to men settings, end of the road for Sanchez and Petrovic. Petrovic will be sold for a profit, and he'll go and be a number 1 somewhere, and it'll get Sanchez out. And it'll be Penders to Strasbourg, and it'll be Maignan and Jorgensen as the goalkeepers for next season. That's what I think will happen. I think they're more likely to look at the Torino goalkeeper, Milinkovic-Savic. But yeah, that's where we are, chat. Mike Maignan, Magic Mike, could be coming to Chelsea in the next 24 to 48 hours. One way or another, we will know. Moving from one end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch, chat. And that is Jamie Gittens and Chelsea's pursuit of a winger. Chelsea desperate to land a left winger in time for the Club World Cup. Now, we had a lot of breaking news on Gittens yesterday. And the news on Gittens yesterday was that Chelsea had agreed terms on a 7-year contract, death row settings for Gittens. And an opening bid had been submitted worth around 35 million euros. And that had been rejected. Okay, so that was the latest on Gittens. Now, today, we've had more news on Jamie Gittens because apparently Dortmund want £42 million for him. So Romano coming in with this update on Gittens. Understand Chelsea are set to improve their proposal for Jamie Gittens. New bid coming soon. Negotiations remain ongoing with Dortmund after first bid rejected. New one is expected shortly. They've got a 7-year deal ready for Gittens. So personal terms on a 7-year deal with Gittens are done. Done and dusted. Gittens wants the move. The only thing that needs to be agreed now, all we need right now is a... No, this is not. It's an Al Ali top. It's an Al Ali top with Ivan Toney on the back. It's an Al Ali shirt. Well, nothing's happened to the Jared Brantwaite transfer. I don't think Chelsea aren't going for him. That's what's happened with the Jared Brantwaite transfer. Gittens is going to be the guy, chap. Gittens is going to be the guy. I think that's exactly what's happening here. So the bid was rejected yesterday. Personal terms are all agreed, chat. Personal terms are all agreed. And it just needs a fee now. It just needs a fee. Now, that was that. Then we got Ben Jacobs saying, understand Dortmund want around 42 million for Gittens. Chelsea's opening bid of 30 million has been turned down, but positive talks continue. Chelsea are happy to wait until after the deadline if no breakthrough ahead of the Club World Cup. Now, I get that, but I'm also of the opinion that if you're going to go for these players, you want them in for the Club World Cup. Because once you get to this, if you get to the knockout stages, let's be real, I could be wrong here, but the knockout stages, Chelsea are probably only going to play 2 games, a round of 16 and a quarter final. I don't see us going beyond the quarterfinals. If everything goes to plan, we're scheduled to meet PSG in the quarters. At which stage, chat, I think we'll be going home. At which stage, I think we'll be on our bikes and we'll be back to the UK. So, what benefit is there to having fucking Gittens come after that window, and he might play 2 games? It doesn't really make much sense. What also doesn't make sense is, chat, over 400 in the building. Love for the support. Only 144 likes. Smash those likes and keep subscribing, chat. 30 subscribers away from 16.7. So smash that subscribe button and get these likes up to 200, chat. We're 400 in the building. Should be light work. PSG is better than us. Of course they're better than us. PSG are the best team in Europe, probably the best team in the world right now. Obviously, PSG are better than us. Chat, there's surely not people in here that think Chelsea are better than PSG. There's no way. Well, of course they'll take it seriously. They just won the Champions League. Of course they're going to take it seriously. Teams are going to take the Club World Cup seriously. Teams are absolutely taking the Club World Cup seriously. They're absolutely taking it seriously. You'll be surprised at how seriously teams are taking this Club World Cup, chat. But yeah, look, this Gittens deal will get done, but I don't know if it will be before the Club World Cup or after the deadline. And there's big prize money. That's why everyone's taking it seriously, because the prize money is ridiculous. The prize money on offer is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, enough about the Club World Cup. We'll get to that. So £42 million is what they're saying here for Gittens. However, Sky Germany and Patrick Berger. This is not the Patrick Berger that used to be a footballer. He just has the same name. So, according to him, Dortmund have received an offer for Jamie Gittens. Chelsea offered the equivalent of around 35 million euros, so about 30 million pounds. Dortmund want at least 50 million euros. Makes sense, about 42 million. Gittens has agreed a long-term contract with Chelsea, according to the English media, until 2032. Chelsea initially intended to take a wait-and-see approach in the negotiations. The Blues have time and are under no pressure. Gittens doesn't necessarily have to be part of the Blues' plans for the Club World Cup. No, he doesn't, but it would be helpful. And if he's not, who's gonna play on the left wing at the Club World Cup is what I'd be asking, chat. Who's gonna play left wing on the Club World Cup if Gittens doesn't arrive? If Gittens doesn't arrive, then who is gonna be playing on the left? It's going to be interesting, but I don't know. I mean, if Gittens is going to be a squad player and you can get him for around 35 million, that's not the worst deal. But Gittens shouldn't be coming in as a starter, a squad player. You know, Gittens obviously, look, he ticks the homegrown player. He ticks homegrown, which is important in the squad. In terms of his strengths, he's got great pace. He shifts the ball quickly out of his feet. He's got good technique, good crosser of the ball. He's got good ball striking from both feet. And for given what the fee for Garnacho reportedly is, 35 to 40 million is not outrageous for a 20-year-old with loads of potential. A 20-year-old with loads of potential, that isn't a bad deal. But if we start going for more than 30, if it starts going to upwards of 35 and 40 million, I think that's too much. I think that's too much. I don't think Gittens is better than Sancho. Not right now, he's not. Gittens didn't achieve hit the heights. Gittens didn't do anywhere near as much as Sancho in the Bundesliga, or Havertz, or Werner, or Nkunku. Gittens got nowhere near achieving what those guys achieved in the Bundesliga. And all those four players went on to be very average in the Premier League. Now, I'm not saying that Gittens is going to be average in the Premier League, but Sancho, Werner, Havertz, and Nkunku all tore up the Bundesliga. Gittens hasn't torn up the Bundesliga. I'm not saying he's going to come to the Prem and be shit, but those four names that I've mentioned did way more in the Bundesliga, and they're all average in the Premier League, and some of them average is being generous. So that's why we've got to be careful here. But in principle, for a squad player for £35 million, 20 years of age, with the potential that he's got, that is not a bad deal. I would be happy to accept that, but that can't be the only. That Delap and Gittens can't be the only two attacking signings. Another attacking signing would have to come in. Another attacking signing would have to come in as well. I wouldn't be content with Gittens is a squad player. I mean, look, chat. Do we think Gittens is coming in to start? By the way, is Gittens coming in to start? Nah, there's no way Gittens is coming in to start. I've got no idea, not really heard of him. I don't think Gittens is coming to start, chat. I think Gittens will be a squad player, personally. I mean, look, Gittens will start some games, don't get me wrong, but I don't think Jamie Gittens is being signed as a starter. I mean, if he's being signed as a starter, we could have problems. I don't know if he's ready to start for Chelsea. As a squad player, I've got no issues with it, and you bet him and you bring him up to speed. I don't see that as an issue. I don't see that as an issue at all. But then we got that being said by one person from Sky Germany, and then we've got another Bundesliga expert in Christian Falk saying that Dortmund are now demanding 70 million euros. So one person in Germany, one person for Bild, which is the main German publication, is saying 70 million euros. And then Sky Germany are saying 50 million euros. So how can there be a 20 million difference in valuation between two different reporters in Germany? Why is there a 20 million pound difference in valuation, chat? That's what they're not getting. There's no way are they getting 70 million euros. Absolutely no way are they getting 70 million euros. Not a fucking chance, chat. And there's absolutely a case of teams taking advantage of the desperation for clubs wanting players to come in before the Club World Cup. Of course, they're taking advantage of that. And there's going to be a bit of a Club World Cup tax. There'll be Club World Cup tax. But if we get Maignan, Gittens and Delap for around 85 million pounds as a trio, that is outstanding business. That is outstanding business if we get that done. If we get that done, that is outstanding business. There's no denying it. For those three players to come in for that price is exceptional. But again, there's a difference here, saying the first offer was £35.5 million, where actually it was probably closer to 29 or 30 million. Club World Cup and Chelsea tax is a legit thing, chat. It is absolutely a legit thing. Club World Cup and Chelsea tax. Yeah, you'd absolutely pay that for Rodrigo or Kudos. I mean, Kudos, again, look, I still think, even if Delap's done, if we get Maignan in and we get Gittens in, those will be the three deals done before the Club World Cup, if we can complete the other two. I still think there's one more attacker up the sleeve to come. There is one more attacker up our sleeve to arrive at the club. But it won't be before Tuesday, but there's definitely, in my opinion, chat, we have definitely got one more coming. We've definitely got someone else coming, whether it's Kudos or Rogers or Eze or Ekitike. There's one more coming, for sure. Absolutely, we've got one more coming, chat. Yeah, we need a centre back and a left back. We need both of those still. What will happen to Jackson? I don't think that's just his opinion. That's just his opinion. You know, everyone can have an opinion. That's his opinion. He thinks the deals are done. Only time will tell if they are done or not. But there's not facts there. That's just an opinion. Just an opinion. What's whose position? What, Gittens? Gittens playing on the left. If you mean Gittens, that he plays on the left. I don't think we have always paid what clubs have demanded. The reason why we've paid we've paid over the odds a lot of the times is because we've been shit negotiators and we've had to fucking send an egg barley to finalise deals. We could have signed Caicedo for 70 or 80 million, but we fucked about and we ended up paying 115 because we took liberties and we took the piss. Laporte, no, I think Laporte's a bit dusted. He's not done particularly well at Al Nassr. I've been out to Riyadh and I've watched him a couple of times play for Al Nassr, and he's not looking particularly good. He's definitely leaving because Al Nassr are looking at David Hanko and they're also looking at another centre back as well. So I think he's probably on his way out of Al Nassr. Laporte, still playing for Spain, still plays to a reasonable standard in fairness to him, but Yeah, I don't see Chelsea making a move for Laporte. Bro, Osimhen's not coming. Not coming. Let's stop speaking about Mr. Osimhen, because Mr. Osimhen is not coming, chat. He's not coming. Bro, the defense is not as bad as what people think. If the Maignan deal gets done, fantastic. That makes an instant upgrade to the defense. So that'll make an improvement to the defense. And we're going to look at getting maybe Jarell Hato, and we're going to look at getting hopefully Mark Gurhey. Look, the reality is that we could have got Caicedo for less than what we paid. That's the point. But the poor negotiating meant that we didn't. I wouldn't say he's not good enough for Chelsea. I think he is good enough for Chelsea because he proved in his first half under Poch that he is good enough. But I agree with you. You know, people are taking the Strasbourg season, as good as it was, and they're sort of making it out like he's unbelievable. Well, no, Osimhen still hasn't accepted that deal yet. Still hasn't accepted that deal. Al Hilal are waiting for a final answer from Osimhen. So we will see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know on Gittens. I still think 42 million is too much. If you can get a deal done for 35, 40 mil absolute tops, then I would say that's not bad value for money. I mean, he didn't. I don't think he slipped out. Once Real Madrid were interested, it was always going to be curtains. As soon as Madrid were interested, we were done. It was done and dusted for everyone else in the race. A Spanish centre-back, a Spain international, obviously he's going to want to join Real Madrid over Chelsea. So we were dusted at that point, chat. We were dusted. Yeah, no, bro, the geezer's dusted. You know, he is. No, I agree. I do agree. And this is why this summer's so important, guys. You know, if you just add Delap and Gittens, I don't really think that. Obviously, it improves the squad, but that doesn't really sort of make me feel like we can compete in the Champions League if we have Delap and Gittens. That's a bit of a yeah. We're not competing with Delap and Gittens, chat. In Champions League. We really aren't. By the way, guys, we're 20 likes away from 200. Keep smashing that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do, so please run up the likes, guys. Run those likes up. Get it to 200 likes, and keep subscribing to the channel as well, chat. Keep subscribing. We're road to 20k. What are we saying here? We are 25 subs away now from 16.7. Keep smashing the subscribe button. Let's get these final 25 subs done. And introduce yourself to the community as well if you're a new subscriber. But run the likes up and subscribe. 25 subs to go, chat. Exactly. Liverpool just went in with 110 and we had to overpay because we fucked about with it for so long. Look, in terms of defenders, it's all gone very quiet on defenders. I don't really know what's happening there right now. It's clear a defender's not coming in before the Club World Cup deadline. And the priorities right now are Maignan and Gittens. And then we will go from there and we might hear other bits and pieces, next week in regards to centre-backs. But right now, in terms of defensive targets, it has been very, very quiet, chat. There's no denying it. It has been very, very quiet on that front. Exceptionally quiet. Nah, I think he'll do. I think he'll do at least two, probably three. No, I really do. Nah, bro, Liao's not the one. Liao's not the one, guys. Absolutely not the one, Rafa Liao. Um, yeah, I do also hear you on that because you're going to be in a situation where next summer you've got three wingers, 18, 18, and 21. Gittens, Esteval, Quenda. Two 18-year-olds and a 21-year-old, plus Neto and maybe Madueke. That doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't scream to me like, oh yeah, wow, Chelsea back. We're gonna be absolutely smashing it. That doesn't scream that to me, chat. That doesn't scream that to me uh at all. It's a bit, yeah, it is a bit of a concern. No doubt about it. It's a bit of a concern. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say. No, I can't see it. I'd love it, but I can't see it. But yeah, so Gittens chat. Gittens looks like it's going to be done. Improved bid's going to go in. I suspect this deal will go through. Is it going to go through in time for the Club World Cup? I don't know, but I think it's pretty. I think we can pretty safely say Chelsea will sign Jamie Gittens, in my opinion. Chelsea will sign Jamie Gittens, and then we go from there. We then go from there. But those will be, in my opinion, I think it's obvious, those will be the only two signings before the Club World Cup. I don't see any other signings. I don't see any other signings being made. No others. But yeah, again, links. I mean, the Ekatike stuff's gone pretty quiet. Kudos has gone a little bit quiet as well. No, I'm not. I'm not overly. I'm not overly fussed on Sesko. I'm not overly fussed on Sesko. You know what we do need is someone like an Eze or a Rogers or a Kudos. One of those three, and that's very good. Again, there have been loose links with Xavi Simons, very loose links with him. Rodrigo, let's wait and see what happens. I'm still not convinced that Real Madrid are going to let Rodrigo go. I'm still not fully convinced on that. Kudos would probably be my choice. I mean, a Kudos or an Eze. But I think right now we're probably looking at Kudos, and Kudos would be much better for us. Absolute, I agree, chat. Kudos would be better for sure, 100%, no doubt about it. Watch out for Xavi Simons. I don't see much happening with Xavi Simons. That was a very loose link and just a player that Chelsea have looked at previously. So yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. We just everything's so close. Like we're very close to two deals, which would be decent, but said deals could also not happen. Well, I think Gittens will happen regardless, but Well, he was specifically asked a question about it, and he gave an answer. But I agree. I'm not sure why it keeps getting mentioned. To be honest, I'm not sure why it keeps getting mentioned, but it does. It does keep getting mentioned. Williams is not going anywhere this summer. Williams will sign a new contract. Williams will sign a new contract at Bilbao. We all know that, and the release clause will increase. Of course, we know that's going to happen. Bro, Rodgers is good. I'm a massive fan of Morgan Rodgers. He is a top draw player. He's absolutely a top draw player, chat. There's no doubts in my mind. But again, I think Kudus would be better just because he offers more versatility. Rodgers is 10 or left. Kudus can play everywhere across the front line. Kudus would be the one. And I hope that that's what we're looking for. Kudus, a move for Kudus would be absolutely outstanding, chap. It would be absolutely outstanding if we get Kudus. And then you're looking at it and you're thinking, right, we've got Delap and Jackson, Kudus, Gittens, Esteval, Neto, Madueke, and then things are starting to look slightly better. Honest thoughts on that, I think it's a really good signing. I think it's a really good signing, chap, getting Liam Delap in. I do think that's a good signing. He's got all the attributes to be a top centre forward. He gives us a much needed profile that we need. He gives us a genuine alternative. He's got box presence. He's physical, and he's a good finisher. Obviously, let's wait and see how he fares at Chelsea. Let's see how he deals with the step up. Let's see how he deals with like playing in the Champions League and whatnot. But yeah, I think it's a good signing at £30 million. It's an absolute no-brainer. He's a bit of an old school throwback centre forward. Yeah, I think it's really good value for money and a no-brainer. Yes, big up to KD. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. We have in fact hit the 200 likes mark, chat. Let's keep it stepping though. Let's keep it stepping. What else is going on? What else is going on, chat? If you break the wage structure for any one player, mark my words, everything will go haywire. Well, let's see. I mean, I still don't see it being done. Now, Kudus is one of the best dribblers in the Premier League. I think last season he had the most successful dribbles or something, or he attempted the most dribbles or something along those lines. He was absolutely outstanding. He was absolutely outstanding, chap. Last season in terms of dribbling. Look, Kudus can be good on the left, by the way. I know he's played predominantly on the right, but Kudus can be good on the left. He absolutely can be. Kudus can be good on the left, chat. For sure. 100% he can be good on the left. Absolutely he can be. It depends on the opposition. It depends on the opposition. Both Delap and Jackson will start Champions League games. You know, there won't be one for the Prem, one for the Champions League. It will very much be, I think, on a match-by-match basis. It will very much be a match-by-match basis, that one. Kudus is better than Rodrigo. Look, in terms of versatility, yes, it depends what you're looking for. It depends what you're looking for. Yeah, the 15 million bid did get rejected. Yep. Yeah, no, could also be the one. If we're obviously looking for a strong ball carrier in the final third, hence the links with Rodgers and with Kudus and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see if we actually look at making a move. It'll be interesting to see if we look at making a move. Whether we do or not remains to be seen. But we absolutely need one. But No, look, we do need it. We need it. Look, because Felix and Nkunku are both leaving. We need a versatile player to come in and replace them in the squad. Kudos ticks those boxes. Kudos ticks those boxes. There's no escaping that, chat. Kudos absolutely ticks those boxes of a versatile attacker who is comfortable across all the positions in the front line. So yeah, for me, a move for Kudos absolutely makes sense. Oh yeah, 100% it would. 100% it would. No, Zabarnyi is going to go to PSG. Zabarnyi only wants PSG. PSG wants Zabarnyi, and that is a deal that's looking like it's going to happen. Look, I would have Zabarnyi is a good player. I would have had no issues with him coming to Chelsea, but unfortunately, Zabarnyi wants PSG. PSG wants Zabarnyi, so I imagine that deal is going to happen. That deal will happen. Zabarnyi to PSG will happen at some point. I don't know if it'll happen before the Club World Cup, but I think it's going to happen. Yes, yeah, 100%, 100%. Bro, you're basing it off last season. You know, Kudos is better than that. He didn't have a particularly good season last season, but we can't be just judging a player off one season. Kudos is top draw. Kudos is top draw. I'm a big fan of Mohamed Kudos. Yeah, you can play Kudos centrally. You can play Kudos anywhere across the front. That's what the big appeal is with him. That's what the big appeal with Kudos is, that you can literally play him anywhere across the front line. Anywhere across the front line. Absolutely outstanding. But yeah, again, price is going to be a big sticking point for Kudos, because we're not going to pay the £85 million clause in his contract for Premier League teams. We're not going to pay that. You know, I've seen things suggesting that West Ham wants 70 million. Is 70 million good value for Kudos? I don't know, but I'd certainly rather spend 70 million on Kudos than I would spend 70 M's on Ekatike, for example. I would much rather that money be put to Kudos than Ekatike. Any outgoing news? No, not really. Not really. I haven't really. I haven't seen. I've seen nothing on outgoings. Nothing. Nothing on outgoings. I suspect though, because right now, the most important thing is the incomings for the Club World Cup. Outgoings, we have got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time with outgoings. There's not really a time limit on that. Only Kepa, really. But yeah, look, there's not as big a rush on the outgoings as there is on the incomings, chat. Definitely not as big a rush. Attack for next season looks good. Just a few more tiny details, like a good ball carrier. Yeah, it's look, we're not in a bad position at the moment, but again, the signings that we're going to make are going to have a big impact on what we're potentially going to be doing next season. They are going to have a huge impact, chat. Huge impact. So we need to wait and see, but they're going to have a big impact. Big impact. Let's wait and see. Yeah, at this point, I don't really know. It seems to be changing all the time. What's being reported and stuff. It's just constantly changing. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of news this morning. There has been a lot of news this morning, but yeah, there's a bit of a lull now. And I don't know how much more news we'll get today. But 100% tomorrow, we are going to get some. I think we're going to get some big transfer news, whether it's tonight, tomorrow. I don't know when it's going to be, but there's definite transfer news coming, chat. Not sure. Again, that was from A Boller in Portugal. Not really heard it anywhere else. So we see. Chat, we're still 350 in the building. We're on 220 likes. Keep smashing that like button. Keep smashing that like button. And let's check in on the subscriber count. 19 subs to go, chat. We're doing well. We're doing well. 19 subs to go. Run it up, run it up, run it up. And keep smashing that like button as well. I think the news on Mike is a day old because I'm seeing reports of I don't know, to be honest. Like it's all mixed. It's all mixed. Let's see. I think it's in the best interests of everyone that a deal does get done. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't. I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't. I wouldn't be shocked if it didn't. But yeah, I think it's in the best interest of everyone for a deal to get agreed. At the same time, maybe it's not going to get agreed. Fuck. Who at this point? Who knows? Who knows at this point, chat? Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I've never. Yeah, just bear with me. Bear with me. Let me just send Tony a message, chat, because you know we're like that. Nah, if I ever bump into Tony, I will ask him, but that's not going to happen right now. But if I do ever bump into him at some point this year, I will ask the question, final boss, and I'll report back. I mean, I wish we'd signed Tony. I wish we'd signed Tony last summer. I mean, it was again that was just a no-brainer as well. Again, a no-brainer. Anyway, that's gone. Let's not stress about the past. Let's not stress about the past. But we should have signed him. We should have signed him, but it is what it is, chat. No, see, I disagree. I disagree. Maignan is definitely better. Yeah, no, and he's been good on it. He has been good on it. The wages aren't a problem for Maignan. Wages aren't an issue at all. We're haggling over the transfer fee. The wages for Maignan are no problem. They're no problem. So in this one, it isn't about wages. It's about transfer fee. It's about transfer fee. Tony, I don't know what Tony wanted. Obviously, we were never going to match what he's getting in Saudi, but we never put an offer in. We never put an offer in. Well, no, you that's what you would expect. You wouldn't expect to come this far in negotiations and then walk away because of 3 or 5 million. It doesn't make sense. But this is Chelsea, and I wouldn't be totally surprised if that did happen. I wouldn't be totally surprised if that happened. Absolutely no idea. I wouldn't have thought so for a good few years. I wouldn't have thought so for a good few years. Absolutely not. Yeah. Yeah. No, we absolutely do. No, we are because we were getting one anyway, but now Sancho's gone, so we need two. That's the reality. We need two. Um, and it will be Gittens will be one of them, I think, and then the other one is going to be a versatile forward. I don't see us getting two out and out wingers. It'll be one out and out winger, and then a versatile forward. That's what all the links right now are suggesting. That's what all the links suggest, and we'll have to wait and see on that one. But that is what all the links are suggesting, chat. All the links are suggesting it's going to be a winger and a versatile forward that's comfortable across the front line. And that's what we're saying. Well, it's obvious what Maresca football is. It's a lot of possession. It's building up from the back. We just watched it for a season. We know what Maresca football is. I'd rather Nico would look. I'd love to have Rodrigo, but neither of them are happening. Vega's not staying. I think it's almost certain that Vega will be sold. He's not going to. He wants to play centre back because that's his best chance of going to the World Cup with Portugal, and he's not going to play centre back at Chelsea. So I don't see any world in which Vega is here next season. I don't see it, guys. I'm not seeing it at all. Not seeing it at all. No chance. Well, if he signs, he absolutely will be. If he signs, he will be. No, he's not been taken to the Club World Cup. He hasn't been taken. He's not part of the Club World Cup squad at the moment. The Club World Cup squad hasn't been announced. And let's wait and see whether he's part of it or not. But the loan he was always due to return before the Club World Cup, as per the loan. So no, he's not been confirmed as part of the Club World Cup squad. Hato, there's nothing really advanced. Apparently, initial conversations have taken place between Chelsea and Ajax over a potential move, but other than that, there's not been anything. So we will wait and see on that one. I can't either, but let's wait and see. Oh, look, I'm happy to get Look, if we get Maignan, great. If it's Petrovic, okay, it's a little bit underwhelming, but I'm also happy with Petrovic. When you're this close to Maignan, you know, it feels a bit underwhelming if you then suddenly have to go with Petrovic. But let's wait and see. Let's get it to 250 likes, as Paul has said. We're 10 likes away. Let's smash this to 250 likes, chat. Let's keep it stepping. 250 likes. I don't know if he will play for Chelsea at the Club World Cup. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if he does. But there's been no official confirmation on that as of yet. Yeah, fair. But there's no official confirmation yet. He may well do, but as I said, it's not been officially confirmed, and I think he will be sold. He will be sold this summer. In my personal opinion, for what it's worth, I think that it's end of the road for him. I think that it's end of the road for him. Yeah, look, great to get the lap in, but we need more. We need more. Let's see if we get it. Well, that's what we need to sign. Now, if we don't sign anyone, he'll probably go with Ish Samuel Smith from the academy. But I think once we're past Tuesday, we'll start to hear stuff. Once we're past Tuesday, we will absolutely start to hear stuff more. I think we'll start to hear more stuff in regards to defenders and whatnot, for sure. Yeah, 100%. The rest of today potentially, but definitely the next 2 days are going to be absolutely massive, absolutely fucking massive, chat. I'd probably loan him out because he's not going to play enough. I'd probably loan him because he's not going to get the minutes that he needs. Chat, with 5 likes from 250. Keep smashing that like button and keep subscribing as well, chat. We're 18 away from 16-7. Run it up, run it up. But let's get these final 5 likes chalked off. We absolutely did. There's no doubt about it. We were lucky that Cucurella didn't get injured. Loan for sure. I think he goes on loan, George. But at the same time, can't rule out George being sold. I don't think so. I don't think so personally. Maignan and I mean, realistic. It's probably the two that we're going to get potentially. Maignan and Gittens. I know I can't believe I'm really saying Gittens, but Nico Williams is not realistic. Not realistic, unfortunately. So it probably is the two that we could end up with. Yeah, probably the two that we're going to end up with, guys. Is what I would say. He is, but I still don't see him staying. I still think he'll go on loan. He needs to play, and he's not going to play regularly at Chelsea next season. In my opinion, I personally don't see that. I personally don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't see it happening. What else is going on here? I don't think there's much else. Let me just check if there's anything else. We'll have 2 in Jackson and Delap, and I think we'll have a third as someone who can play down the middle. I'm not sure we'll have 3 out-and-outers as number 9s. That's my personal opinion. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Right, let's have one last check of everything, see if there's anything else to go through. And then we will look to round out if there is not. Doesn't look like there is, chat. Nothing new coming through. I hope so. I hope so. Gurhey for me. Gurhey for me. No, I'd rather Kudos. I have to be real. I'd rather Kudos. No, some academy players will be sold for sure. Some will be sold. The game is the game. Some will absolutely be sold. There's no denying that. I think he's better at right back, to be honest. I think he's better at right back, but we'll see. Anyway, chat, I'm going to round this one out. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Big love for all of the support. What Brazilian kid? What, Esteval? For me, it's for me, no. Who's the Brazilian kid? I presume the Brazilian kid is Esteval. Is that what we're saying here? Anyway, chat, I'm going to round this one out. Big love for all the support as always. Great show, good numbers. Appreciate each and every single one of you. KDH, I think, will go. We'll have Asugu, Santos, Moy, Enzo, and Lavia as the 5 options in midfield. Great depth. But yeah, chat, big love for the support. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Let's wait and see. Denner, mate, Denner's fuck knows where he is. He's not going to come and play left back this season. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, chat. Let's see what the rest of today's got in store for us. I'll be back later on with either a video or a live, depending if there's any major news. If not, I will see all of you lot tomorrow. Love for the support. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe on your way out. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday, whatever you're getting up to. Enjoy the Nations League final tonight. if you are watching it. And I'll see you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Love.